Two detectives interrogate a woman behind bars. The officers tell her how a lot of people are dead. Apparently, she's the miracle survivor in a mass unaliving, where the unaliver is unknown. The cops tell her that if she doesn't give them any information, she's not leaving jail. The woman makes it clear that if she reveals any information, the officers will also be unlived. She warns the cops and seems to reveal something. We move on to an arcade, and this kid seems to flirt with one of the workers there. Rachel over here informs that Mr. Flirt Boy pushed her and requests the worker to unalive him. The manager shows up and tells the two women that they need to stay, as there's one last appointment for the night. Back at the police station, the man reveals that the manager's body was nowhere to be seen. Then he brings up someone by the name of Tim Collins, who she doesn't seem to know of. The manager pours a drink and starts watching a Mickey Mouse animation. Like, seriously? Someone calls out to him and he spills his drink. The Mickey Mouse mask seems to talk to him and says, "Do you want to see what I see?" One of the workers talks about how she's into some guy at the spot and wants the other woman to take care of her duties while she's away for a while. I don't think she's quite doing her duties either. She gets a call, and nobody else seems to be on the other side. A figure with a Mickey Mouse mask seems to be observing her from a distance. The woman hears whistling and follows the tracks, thinking it's her coworker. She discovers Mickey, and he turns towards her. She realizes that she's in danger and starts running away, and Mickey follows right behind. Turns out it was just a surprise for her birthday. I can't tell if they're flirting or he's just awkward, and the cake looks questionable. Mickey seems to be observing from afar, and we get back to the police station where the woman reveals that the group split up. This woman sends a voice message telling this guy to come find her. Me personally, I wouldn't walk around in an almost empty arcade. This guy makes a joke that gives off creepy vibes to the rest. The guy goes looking for the woman and they make out, and we see that Mickey is watching them from a distance. A group of teens discuss how Tim Collins, the owner of the place, took a few hits to the head in the past. Then the cops reveal to the woman that the bullies are unalived shortly after. The group agrees to isolate their phones, and the first to grab their phone back has to buy them drinks. Goth Girl doesn't seem to like what she's seeing. We pan back into these guys who are preparing to do the nasty, and Mickey still seems to be watching them. They notice Mickey, and we get the worst jump scare of all time. Turns out the Goth Girl is into Alex, and someone seems to have moved the cake knife. Bro's Riz game doesn't seem to work. She doesn't seem interested. Turns out she's bi-curious, and this guy has the best reaction I've ever seen. The entrance seems to be locked, and the phones seem to be stolen. We hear Jackie's voice over the intercom, and she wants to play a game of cat and mouse, and they seem pretty suspicious about Paul. This guy shows up and says that he was in the bathroom, and they part ways to find the key and make a deal not to pay for any drink if they find it first. Ryan discovers Mickey and he doesn't seem so friendly. Then Mickey comes across the Goth Girl, and just as he's about to end her, he runs away after her torchlights start flickering. Then Mickey chases after this woman, and she barely manages to escape. I have no idea how this woman thought this was a great idea at this time. Birthday Girl seems to get a surprise with every sour candy from around the world, like what? I don't understand why she's so fond of sour candy. The woman tells the guy to ask her out if he wants to make her birthday special, and he gets interrupted at the very last moment. Blonde women reveal all the details to them, and what on earth is this? This woman tries to reach for help and gets a rather unusual message from the line. We discover how the bullies really died and refuse to obey their orders. Mickey discovers Ryan and sets him up for a joyride, and we discover the dead bodies of the couple at the fire exit. They think Ryan's behind all this, and I don't quite think so. Ryan manages to survive, but I don't think she's so lucky. The cops reveal that all the CCTV footage was wiped out, and the group comes face to face with Mickey. Mickey announces over the intercom that he's going to come and find them, and they make plans to notify the fire brigade. They announce over the intercom for everyone to prepare to escape, and this woman just couldn't think straight. They chase behind the duo, and the woman ends up tripping and Mickey slices her ankle. Then Mickey unalives this guy with a knife. This trio thinks of what to do, and realizes that the rest of the group is probably not going to return. The coworker from the start of the film returns back, and this woman tries to notify her that Mickey is behind her. Well, she's not so lucky now, is she? Ryan seems confused and doubts their claim of seeing Mickey. Mickey discovers the group and Ryan tries to be the hero and gets his ass whooped. Mickey seems to be afraid of flickering light, but ultimately knows this woman. But then he gets knocked out with a bat in the process. They manage to trap him with a chair, and he manages to disappear. The group decides to use light to their advantage and trap Mickey, as he seems to be afraid of it. Basically, she ends up negotiating where if Mickey finds them in 5 minutes, he gets to do whatever to her. Else, he must let them all go. Mickey agrees to the game and they start bullying him, where Mickey gets beaten and they manage to trap him. Mickey then teleports, and whoa, I was not expecting that. I mean, a deal is a deal, and that's where the film ends. Later, Mickey shows up at the jail cell and something tells me she was in on this.